Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is perfume regrets, and I have a few in a few different categories, such as purchases, declutters, and others. Today's video is in collaboration with my dear friend Julija from ScentSiblings.ca. A lot of you guys already know her and love her. Basically, if you know her, you just love her. She's the most lovable, adorable, authentic, eccentric, amazing human being. She's highly captivating and entertaining just by being herself. I will link her video down below. She just has such a lovable quality about her. You'll see what I mean when you see her video. You'll get what I'm talking about. She's a pure soul. I always tell her that she's a gem because I genuinely feel like that. She's so rare. Her personality, she's so real and authentic. I feel very, very grateful to know her. I don't want to get too cheesy in this video, but I am very, very thankful to know her and that I just stumbled upon her and I found her. I mean, I don't think that was a coincidence. Definitely that was meant to be. It's a very serendipitous type of friendship, but something about other people being in their authenticity just kind of makes you feel at ease with your own. It allows you to also be authentic because they're being authentic. And it has this sense of calm and freedom. I said I didn't want to get too deep. And I always end up there. I love her and I'm so happy that she's back to posting videos because I feel like I'm literally hanging out with a real life friend when I watch her videos, and I felt like I missed her. I felt where did my friend go? So I'm just very happy that she's back. Hopefully there will be more collaborations coming up because she's literally a fountain of ideas. She has so many good and entertaining and funny ideas that I don't even think she realizes. I don't think she appreciates what she has because, you know, when you're so used to it, you don't even see it. So she's so used to it that she's desensitized to how amazing all her ideas are. And when she doesn't bring all her ideas to fruition, I feel like we're being robbed. As viewers, as subscribers, she needs to share more of what's on her mind because she has a beautiful mind. Anyways, let's get into this video. I'm gonna try to edit that down so it doesn't seem too cheesy. But let's get into the video of perfume regrets. I probably have 8 or 9. I didn't count. Honestly, we didn't really set a whole lot of rules or boundaries or anything. We just said perfume regrets. I'm gonna talk about anything that I regret with perfume. So one of the things that I regret related to perfume applies for a bunch of perfumes that I did this thing where I bought the dupe of it, or 1 or 2 or 3 dupes of it, and I really liked the fragrance, which is why I kept buying dupes, because I kind of kept thinking they might vary a little bit, or I wanted to see which one was closer to the original, and then a lot of times I would end up buying the original or somehow end up with the original. And it was okay, well now I have 4 or 5 perfumes of the same exact scent profile. I did this with Baccarat Rouge type of thing. I don't have the real Baccarat Rouge, I just have a small travel of it. But I bought Cloud, I bought Cloud Intense, and I bought an alt one, the brand ALT dupe of it. And then I ended up getting a little travel of the original. And I probably have a few more that are very, very similar. So I have about 4 or 5 scents like that. I have gotten rid of a couple. Oh, also the Sol de Janeiro, the pink one. It's at 68. I'll post a picture of everything I'm talking about. But then I ended up with so many perfumes with almost the same scent profile because I just thought, well, I like it. So even though that I would buy all these perfumes that I thought smelled nice, I kind of kept thinking, well, the idea that the original one might be even better. So I always thought, well, if I like this dupe of it, what if the real one's even better? So that thought idea stayed planted in my mind and I couldn't really shake it off. So most of the time I would end up buying the original, which defeats the purpose of buying all those dupes, because if I would have just saved my money on all the dupes, I probably wouldn't have been able to afford the real one. By the time that I bought all those Baccarat Rouge dupes, I could have just bought the real Baccarat back when it was $200. Now it's way more. Another thing I did that's similar is I did not test perfumes well enough before I would just smell them sometimes and decide, yep, I like it. Yep, I like it. and then I would order it. Sometimes I was like, oh my gosh, I love this, and then I would just go order it that same day without really testing for longevity, without even knowing my scents enough. And I did this with La Vie Belle Eclat, the one in the little diamondy bottle. I'll post a picture. My friend sent me a sample, I smelled it, and then I ordered it immediately. And then I realized that it had this note in the dry down of jasmine sambac that I don't love. That kind of bothers me as I'm wearing it. When I get whiffs of it, that note specifically of jasmine sambac would bother me, even though I could really like the rest of the fragrance. So that was a huge regret, because I ordered the full bottle of it, even though it didn't work out for me. I also regret a lot of my blind buys. One of the ones I regret a lot is the cupcake by House of Sillage, because I bought it because one reviewer said that it was really good, like one reviewer that I really like. She really loved it, and because of the packaging, because it felt like a rite of passage to be a real perfume collector, or to be part of the perfume collector community of awesome ladies. I felt like I needed to buy House of Sillage perfume to be to be one of the cool ladies, and obviously that's not true. It was just kind of like this subconscious belief, so I really didn't need to buy it. But I didn't actually like it. It reminded me, it actually had like negative scent memories with it, like attached to that type of profile. It smelled like someone toxic from my childhood. So it was very, very unpleasant to even smell. I didn't even want it in my home. I just wanted it to leave. And every time that I tried to test it, it made me feel uneasy. I think it made my inner child feel uneasy. So I regret just that I didn't do more research, that I wanted it for the wrong reasons, and I got rid of that as fast as I could. I will leave my worst regret for the very end. I think some of you guys might know. If you've been here for a little bit, you guys know what the worst thing I've ever smelled is. I regret being more interested in purchasing fragrances versus enjoying the fragrances that I had. I do very much all the time enjoy my fragrances, but there was a time where I got a little caught up on the cycle of like what's next, like looking for something to lust after. I was constantly looking at reviews, looking at like top 10s and things to kind of chase, and I got a little bit caught up with the chase more than with the perfume. So I kind of regret that, because it made me buy a lot of redundant perfumes. It made me do a lot of blind buying, and it made me accumulate things too fast, faster than I could test things out and enjoy them. So I just regret that my focus was on looking for the next thing, like the hunt of the perfume. I got more carried away by the chase than by the enjoying of what I had, or enjoying the things that I was literally hunting down previously, because now I had it and then I just moved on to the next thing. So I kind of regret doing that and accumulating two things too fast, that I wasn't able to truly enjoy them and wear them and test them and kind of like fall in love with each fragrance. So now I have a lot of fragrances that I don't really know, like I don't know them enough to have even made up my mind about them, and that's why I'm able to declutter so much lately, because there's a lot of things that I'm like now experiencing and then seeing if it works for me or not. But I wish I would have done that throughout, like at a slower pace throughout what the time that I was purchasing, instead of now, like months later when I haven't even worn some of these things. I regret trusting influencers' decisions who didn't share my same taste, because what was I thinking? Like, we don't have similar tastes, and yet they would tell me something was amazing and I'm like, oh my gosh, I need that. I regret buying like a reviewer. Which I literally should have said with the part of where I bought the dupes, because I would buy the dupes and sometimes the real thing and then compare the two, when I didn't need to do that, because I'm not a reviewer or an influencer. I don't identify at all as a reviewer, because I'm just not a reviewer. Like, I'm not even here to review fragrances. I don't talk about longevity. I don't really talk about things like that, or projection or sillage. It's just not my it's not my arena, and I do watch reviewers, but I don't want to be one. I don't aspire to be a reviewer or to buy like the newest and the latest thing to review it for people. I don't even list my perfumes in the description bar. I'm sorry for the people that would want to see them. I'm not trying to push any fragrance, and I feel personally if people can just Google it. I'm sorry. I know that everybody's like so used to the convenience of having things listed in case they want to buy, but I don't necessarily want to facilitate and enable people to just be able to like buy at the click of a button. I'm not Amazon. I'm not trying to sell you anything. So I don't actually list perfumes, and I'm not a reviewer. So I don't want to be buying things like a reviewer to compare and to share my review of something. I'm not a reviewer, so I don't need to purchase like that. One more thing that I really regret doing is trying too hard to make things work with the fragrance. There's some times where you know right away it doesn't work for you, but man, are we stubborn. Or me. I'm so stubborn. Like, I will try that fragrance at nighttime, daytime, different weathers, different seasons. If I travel somewhere, I'll try it out in a different climate. I just want to be so thorough before I make up my mind, when most of the time, you know. There is a few times, like few and far between, where you can find something that like your first impression maybe was a little bit off or wrong. But for the most part, if it didn't work out the first 3, 4, 5 times, it's probably not going to work out the 6th or 10th or 20th time. That, I feel like focusing on that kind of took away some of the time from the things that I love, because I can only wear perfume a certain amount of times per week, per day. So I can only wear perfume so many times, and I feel like I was wasting so much time trying to figure out how I felt about something instead of wearing the things that I enjoy and love. So I was taking time away from the things that I already know I love, that I don't need to test to see if I love them, to keep testing these things that already were a fail. And maybe some of that was like cognitive dissonance, because I was blind buying so much, which I guess is another regret. Oh my gosh, I was gonna have like 5 regrets. This is turning into like 20. I regret blind buying so much, even though I definitely enjoyed it. Like, I enjoyed it, but I kind of regret it. So because I was blind buying so much, I really wanted to like make it work so that it didn't feel like a waste. So there's some perfumes that I blind bought that I like because I have them, but maybe if I would have tested them before I blind bought them, maybe I wouldn't have bought them. So that's another video, and that's another category of things we can talk about later. But that's a regret. I regret testing things, giving them too many chances when there's no need. Life's too short. I regret only 2 declutters. I have probably at this point decluttered over 100 fragrances, or around 100 fragrances, and I only regret 2. So I don't see that as a loss. You know, I've rescued a few from the declutter pile, maybe like 4 or 5 from all those declutters, and then I regret 2 that I decluttered. The first one was simply a backup, so I obviously love it, but I don't know why I got rid of my backup, because I only have a 1 ounce bottle, and I think I had purchased 2 of the 1 ounce bottles. That was Hermes, the little red cute bottle that looks like an English bottle. Hermes something au poivre. I'll post a picture of it. But I regret letting go of my backup because I only have a 1 ounce bottle. I'm not even making a huge dent on that little bottle anyways, but I just kind of regret it because every time that I smell it, I love that perfume. It smells so amazing. I love the pink pepper, the florals, the spiciness, I just love the concoction. It's almost intoxicating to me. It's probably hands down one of the best floral perfumes that I've ever smelled. So if I love it that much, I probably should have just kept the backup. I just got rid of it because I was in a decluttering mindset, and I was trying to be reasonable and be like, I don't need a backup of this. And I had probably got that backup for like a decent deal at Ross. So it wasn't necessary, but I got caught up in the moment of trying to dwindle down things and trying to be reasonable and not have backups. But still, kind of regret that because now it's more expensive. The other one I regret letting go of is Dua Caramel Delight, and that's a dupe for Lira, Xerjoff Lira. I let it go because I was getting a lot of citrus, and I really liked it. Like, I liked the perfume, it was nice, but I kind of felt like, when do I want to smell like a lemony vanilla? And it didn't seem like it would be something that I'd want to wear, because at the time I wasn't very familiar with that type of DNA. But I've noticed that kind of scent profile, I only have like certain moods for it, and I have to be in a certain mood. So there was a couple times when I tested it, and I was just like, I don't know when I would wear this. Like, I don't want to wear it to go out and I let it go too soon. I just didn't really give it enough time. So whereas sometimes I spent too much time on things I didn't like, I let one go that I did like. And like I said, this doesn't happen very often, and it's fine. I have Lyra now. Then later on, I went through this phase where I was in love with like lemony gourmands, like lemon vanilla gourmands. And I was really, really wishing that I had that one, because at that point, I kind of liked any vanilla gourmands. So it's fine. I have other things now that kind of fit that category, but I'm too stubborn to repurchase it, because I'm like, no, if I let it go, it's for a reason. Even if I think I miss it, I'd never go back. I never go back. So I'm too stubborn to buy it. So I won't buy it. So that's a huge regret, because I missed it. And my worst perfume regret was a purchase that ruined everything for me. I've talked about this perfume before, and I wish that I didn't feel the way that I feel about it. I wish that I could like it. I wish that I could smell what other people are smelling, but it smells so disgusting to me that anything that remotely resembled it grosses me out now. Like afterwards, I had to go through my collection and declutter anything that had similar notes, and I am forever damaged. Camera by Latafa. Camera by Latafa. It has this nasty ISOE super that smells like industrial vibes, but with like a milkiness to it, and something about that aroma chemicals mixed with milk was repulsive. It made my stomach turn. It gave me migraines. It just literally made my stomach turn and kind of make me want to vomit a little bit. It was nasty, and after that I couldn't smell things with ISOE super anymore, and things that I used to like and enjoy and find really good, I literally could not stand them after that, because they reminded me of Camera. It's crazy. Like, it's so weird that that perfume had that much power. I did give it a few chances. I would go try to smell it, and like I just couldn't, and it was very confusing to hear other people, so many people love it so much. Like, it was so popular, so hyped up, so many people are in love with it that I don't even want to tell people that I hate it so much, because I don't want to offend people. Obviously, I didn't choose for that to happen. I wish that I could like it, because some people were saying that it was like an Angel Share dupe, and Angel Share is one of my top 5 perfumes of all time. So I was like, even if it misses the mark, even if it's remotely resemble that, I'm sure I'll love it. Some people would say it smelled like more vanilla Angel Share. So I was like, that sounds amazing. Of course, who wouldn't want that? And no. So it's kind of also scared me away from Middle Eastern perfumes, because I'm afraid that they're gonna have those scents, because I also realize that other people don't smell the things that I smell and don't feel that way about it, like, whatsoever. So now I'm afraid to try Middle Eastern perfumes, because I've had some bad experiences, which is another thing that I'm so afraid to like say here on the internet, because it sounds so like, I don't know, it sounds like I'm being so judgmental of perfumes, but I feel like the ingredients that they put in there are really meant to be loud, and really like loud perfumes and projectors, and they're known for having those types of qualities. But unfortunately, to get these loud, big projection and sillage perfumes, they use aroma chemicals, which is where I have issues with that. Like, I have so many issues with aroma chemicals, and that's not on them, that's on me. So I don't want to say that, because I don't want people to think I'm a snob, because I'm not a snob. My nose is, my sensitivities are. So that perfume ruined other perfumes. It ruined Middle Eastern perfumes. It ruined everything. It ruined everything. I think that's it for this video. That is my worst regret. I'm pretty sure that Julia's gonna come up with like better ones, and when I watch her video, I'm gonna be like, oh, why didn't I think of that? Because she just has the most bestest ideas. Please make sure to go watch her video and go tell her why she needs to stay on YouTube before she tries to leave us again. Please let her know what you love about her. Go send her some love. Just let her know that she needs to stick around, because we love her here. So thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I will see you guys in my next video. And if you guys would like to share, tell me a couple regrets that you have, whether it be a fragrance or something you let go of too soon, or any other regret, things that you would have wished you would have done differently. All right, I'll see you guys. Take care. Bye.